Welcome back, Bad News Brown. In this video, I want to explain what I think you need to do when being pulled over by the police. In this video is inspired by the Tyreek Hill incident. And if you don't know, Miami Dolphins player Tyreek Hill was pulled over by the Miami PD on his way to a game, actually. He was pulled out his car, manhandled and took to jail. And the incident is all over. I'm sure you heard of it. But in my experience, I want to explain to y'all what I think y'all need to do. Now, I'm obviously talking about black people because I am black. And he obviously was black. And there is a difference. We all already know about the driving while black and everything. And I'm going to get to that. And you speaking from a person, I didn't been on, how should I put it? I didn't been on both ends. I done been Tyreek Hill. I done been that belligerent person. I done been drunk, flashing, fighting the police, went down to the station, fought. Well, they fought me. But I done been that person. I done actually checked the police, like on some of that. Y'all hear a lot of that sovereignty talk, and I'll tell a story on that. And I done been a parolee. I done did all that. So you speaking with somebody that got plenty experience with the police. Now, let me break it down. Now again, and another thing, I'm going to explain this. Well, let me explain it. And I'm obviously, well, for one, if you own any type of paperwork, you definitely got to posture yourself a little different. And then let me just put it like this, because I'm freestyling as usual, y'all. But for one, if you ain't about to high speed or unalive them, it's best you just pull over and do what I explained. Now, of course, I don't recommend you high speed or bust ahead, but if you ain't about to do that, there's no need to even start tripping with them. Now, of course, like I said, I didn't been everybody. I didn't been the what the fuck is it now? Why y'all pull me over? I didn't did all that. So now let me get to it. Now again, this goes back to driving while black. Now, of course, every police officer ain't dirty or crooked, as I should say, but a lot of them, a whole lot of them are. And not even just that, just from our experience being African American with police, I'm damn near under the impression that, hey man, if they pull you over somewhere and they in the cuts, and if they can get away with it, man, they gonna try it. So you know what I'm talking about. But it's a lot of things I want to get to, y'all. But so for one, just to make this quick, and I'm gonna break some more stuff down. Don't roll your window down all the way, man. Have your ID and all that. Now, again, this is under the impression that you Charlie. And if you ain't Charlie, then you might have to do option B, which is a whole nother video. But if you are, and they just pulling you over for whatever reason, maybe you black. That's the reason. But whatever, man, just give them have your ID, your license, all that ready. Had the window cracked, because a lot of times, especially depending on where you at, they'll claim that they smell weed smoke, and it ain't, even if you ain't smoking. Or if the car just got that weed smell, you may have smoked yesterday. You know how weed, even cigarettes. But anyway, so just do that, man. And I ain't with the yes so nurse, sir. You ain't really got to talk to them. And also on another thing, on another note, if you got passengers and modem police, because they like to do that, show up to the other side and holler at the passenger. The passenger, tell them don't say nothing. They're not obligated to say nothing. They're not even obligated to give them their ID. And I found that out the hard way through prelim and all that. Again, like I said, I done been through it all. But that's the quick tale on what I recommend to do. Now I want to get into something else regarding the Tyreek Hill situation in particular. For one, it reminds me of a movie. It was a movie back in the day. I think it was called Strange Days with Angela Bassett. In this movie, it was a dude. He was like a hustler, but he didn't sell dope. He sold CDs, and these CDs, it's kind of like now, man, everybody, the dopamine from this internet, you can't put your phone down. And basically, he sold that, but he sold it in CD form. So whatever, I think it was whatever fantasy, whatever you want it to be, something like that. But anyway, in that movie, and you know how movies tell you the future. In that movie, it was kind of like a projection on with on incidences between African Americans and Black people. Because for one, it's a spoiler alert. Because in the movie, Angela said she got her ass whooped by the police. Not to put it like that, but what I want to speak on in the movie, it was a character played by the actor Glenn Plummer. He from Richmond too. Shout out to Glenn Plummer. But anyway, he was basically a famous rapper, and he get pulled over by the police, and he in there with a car full of white girls, and he hella arrogant to the police. He talking hella smack, and they end up shooting him. But it was on film. And watch the movie though. Y'all check that movie out. But anyway, I say that to say when they pulled Tyreek over, now of course this don't get him the right how dude was acting and talking all that. But again, he got Tyreek got money. See, this is another thing I'm getting at. So his attitude gonna be different. But when he like, man, don't knock on the window. So and again, I didn't said stuff like that to the police. I done said worse when they so I can't act like I don't know how I feel or whatever. But at the same time, I know what else how I feel too by the police as far as jail. But anyway, man, don't do that. Don't do that. And I know that's hard for somebody like me to say. But when he told them don't knock on the window like that, and I feel it, it's an expensive car. But you're giving them a reason. I'm gonna keep it 100. You give them a reason. You already know for whatever reason, whether they had a legitimate right to pull you over or they just want to be nosy. They seen a brother in a fast car and they got on you. Regardless, you're giving them a reason. But I understand you going to a game, you who you are. You got money, and like I said, it ain't really got nothing to do with that. But at the same time, I'm just kind of, I guess I'm trying to get into why his attitude the way it was. But again, like I said, bro, I know how I feel. But again, man, don't give him no reason. And that's I think the moral of my video is don't give him a reason. But at the same time, I'm not saying be on no yes sir, no sir, exert your rights. But you definitely want to have a little contact with their ass. So if in fact they pulling you over for a ticket, leave it there. Here go my ID, whatever. Give me the ticket so I can get on. Now, when you start engaging with them, that's gonna give them a reason to try to get you up out that car, and that's their reason. And that goes more into the whole so-called sovereignty talk. And I explain that in another video because again, I didn't stop them dead in their tracks with some of that verbiage. So a lot of it is true, and a lot of it ain't. And I'll break that down in another video. But like I said, the more of the story is you want to minimize dialogue with them. I'm gonna keep that 100. So I don't care if you got money, because obviously you've seen what they did to him. Now, of course, imagine if it wasn't no cameras around and he just on the car phone with his lawyer telling him he being arrested. I mean, they would have heard it, but still, that ain't the point. Don't give him a reason. Again, exert your rights, but don't give him no reason. And exerting your right is the right to remain silent. That's the most pivotal, crucial right you can exercise on their ass. And I'm gonna keep it 100. So you pull me over for a ticket, no, don't say nothing to my passenger. Hey, bro, don't give them your ID. Don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just look straight. Don't go to sleep. You sleep. Matter of fact, everybody in the car, I don't care. I do. All y'all sleep. You know what I mean? You pulled me over, so you engage with me, and that's the attitude you need to have when it comes to exerting these rights with these polices. So let me keep it 100 because not only they carrying their biases on their job with them, they already trained to seek out stuff, to already catch you up on stuff. To mind if I search the car? Mind, you know what I mean? It's already, and especially if you're black. So you gotta know this. So yeah, it's chess, not checkers in a way, man. And And I can get into another video about that, especially about when it comes to that pen being mitered than a sword, and sometimes vice versa, and when they exercise one or the other or both. But again, man, the more of this video, again, inspired by the whole Tyreek Hill, is you want to minimize dialogue with them peoples. So if you pulled over, man, ain't no need to back talk them or nothing. And but if you hot already, why you pull over in the first place? And I'm not recommending high speed and nothing like that, but if you already a bandit, be a bandit. But if you pulling over on some civilianness, this is what this video is explaining, how to get up out that, and even you might be good to already, of course, have that phone already recording, and let the officer know, like, yeah, man, I'm recording, but again, you talking to him, so don't even say that. Just have that ID, insurance, all that bull ready for him. I'll pull your ticket, my bad, whatever. All right, I'm ready for ticket. I gotta go. Uh, don't answer any more questions. And if you on paperwork, man, you really ain't got no rights. That was part of the deal. So you just gotta move smooth. Man, this bad news, Brown, breaking it down for y'all right quick, man. Go ahead and subscribe to me, man. I'm gonna keep rocking.